Hi, my name is Janie Williams, and I'm a very, very good friend of Tom and Annie both. They mean the world to my husband Jack and myself. In fact, Tom even married Jack and me back in 2016, so that was a wonderful thing. We have seen them, we live in the villages, we have seen them as often as we possibly can because they're just, it's hard for me to say that he's gone because I just feel his presence all the time. I love both of them so much. I want to show you something. Back in 2016, Tom made this for us. And I know he's made a lot of beautiful things, but you have no idea what this means to us. He even signed on the back, Otto, 2016. And it's especially wonderful because we can hang it on our wall or just keep it on our Bible or whatever. But I have so much respect for Tom and his ministry, and of course, Annie was right along there with him, and the two girls. What a wonderful, wonderful family. They're just all precious to me. I love them all.
Hi, my name is Jody Odell, and I'm a cousin of Jimmy Odell, which is Liesel's husband. And I knew Mr. Tom when he was down at the Wildwood United Methodist Church. He was the minister there. And I was never around Mr. Tom a whole lot, but what I really enjoyed about it, every time I was around him, he was pleasant. He was kind of like a gentle giant. One memory I have of him was when I was in the Kiwanians and we challenged the Rotarians to a softball game, and the young Kiwanians were beating up on the old Rotarians something terribly, and Mr. Tom said, "This is just not fair." Okay, that's one memory. And my other memory is much more serious. When I was speaking to him about 3 weeks ago, he told me that he was going to have the pleasure of introducing Miss Annie to Moses. So, those are my memories of Mr. Tom. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Becky Howell. I live in Huntsville, Alabama. Tom was my brother-in-law for about 54 years. Wonderful brother-in-law. When we used to live near each other in Indiana, he would play jokes on us, like taking the front steps from our mobile home and hiding them, and he and Bill had a lot of fun back and forth. He's the kind of brother-in-law that you want to have. He's been so kind to my sister Ann. He's got 2 beautiful daughters and many grandchildren, and I think right now today he'd be very, very happy to see Annie being so strong, to see Heidi and Liesel taking charge and being so strong, carrying on in his place, and all the wonderful grandchildren that I have just met, some of them. But anyway, we're glad to be here. It's a day that we're going to celebrate and remember Tom, and we're thankful for his life.
Hi, I'm Jim Oliphant. I'm Audrey Oliphant's husband. Audrey is Annie's oldest sister, or older sister. I've known Tom through Audrey, through my wife, and through Annie for years, although we didn't get to see him very often. I remember a few lunches in Columbus, and we usually would stop down here on our way down to the beach, and we'd mainly talk about the Mount Union Purple Raiders football, and always in contention for the Division III National Championship. We spent a lot of time talking about that. He made us a bird feeder, among other things. He made by hand. We have a bird feeder hanging outside our patio on a tree. He's made us some other things over the years too. He was a delight to be with, and we will all miss him. And saw him about 3 days before he passed. We stopped off here and we talked a little bit about Mount Union. We talked a little bit about how he's feeling, and he had a great, really, attitude. He seemed with it. He was reciting poetry that he'd written. It was really quite amazing. But anyway, it was an honor to know him, and we will miss him.
Hi, I'm Mike. As people know me, thinking about what Papa meant to us is a bear, because he was, the best man in our family. He was really somebody that was a moral compass for our whole family, to know what right really looked like, and not just to see it on paper in the Bible, but to see somebody living it out was a big deal. I can never really say how much that influenced me, because I'll never know myself, but I think that it influenced me a heck of a lot, and I wish he were still around, but I know that he's exactly where he needs to be, and we're all missing him a lot.
Well, I'm the old Billy Goat Gruff. I'm Annie's older sister, Audrey, and I'm standing here with Michael, who we think the world of. Met him when he was a little boy, and here he is, all grown up and professional. Jim and I have enjoyed so much our time with Tom. We have noticed that he has friends everywhere. London, the Bahamas, here in Florida, and friends that he has really helped. He's been a good pastor. And, he's made a lot of wood carvings, and we have a few in our house. He's really good at that. Had a real talent, and growing things in the garden. He was good at that. We happened to come down to the beach from Ohio, and he was sitting in the apartment here, and absolutely had just come back from the doctor with some sad news. And we got to visit with him, and he was quoting poetry. His memory was awesome. And then we went down to the beach and got a call 2 days later. That was quick, but I'll tell you, I know exactly where he is. And he has had a lot of love in his heart. And I'm sure Annie will remember that and have many good memories.